All right, can you guys hear me? All right. Hello, welcome to Underexposed, a conversation with Northwest filmers. Some live here in the Northwest, while others have gone to the center of skateboarding, California. We have with us today Ian Ostrowski, the genius behind Genesis. Okay, Jon Colyer, Polar's man about town. Shane Auckland, the skate rat. And, whoa, do we pass Adam? There we go. Adam Robo, Mr. Goomba Slayer. All right, first we're gonna start off with a hard-hitting question, VX or HD. We'll just go down the line. Shane.
Of course you guys want me to say VX, but let's just say both.
Okay, that's a dodge. Ian, where are we going?
I'm gonna have to go with HD just because I've filmed it my whole life.
Okay, yeah, you're a modern man. John?
10 years ago, VX. 9 years ago, up until now, HPX.
There we go. Adam?
I prefer VX, but HD is a necessary evil.
Ooh, all right.
I like that.
Tough answers. That's good. Let's get it started. Filming in the Northwest. What makes the Northwest such a special place to film? John, you're a full-time resident here.
I'm a full-time resident. Going back to my days making videos in Seattle, it's really great to see everybody's motivation be so high every summer. Like thinking back to, I shot for 5 years up there with one of my best friends, Niall Gibbs, and living with someone like that, and also a lot of the other skaters I was shooting with at that time, the weather gets good and immediately everybody's like, all right, let's get out there and stack, and oftentimes able to create a full-length video in a year or less. Still doing that to this day, wherever Aaron is somewhere, but anytime the weather's nice, it could be a 60-degree day in January and he's hitting me up at 8 a.m. like, let's get out there, we got the time, So, yeah, I'm still up here, still doing it. It's not my full-time job, but it is a lot of fun. So it's, you kind of make the most of your opportunities when you have them, right?
For sure. Shane and Ian, you guys live in California. Did you see a motivational difference between Northwest skaters and guys in LA?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely growing up in Washington, everyone knows the ground is so much more weathered and just so hard to skate, and we're always dealing with the rain. So it definitely gives you more of appreciation for the skate spots and everything. And then you go to LA, I feel like everyone's just a bit weaker. They're like, oh, this is so hard to skate, but it's like, or like the guys I skate with right now, it's always funny. We find a spot and we're like, if this spot was in Seattle or in Portland or Washington, like we would be skating this, like no excuses. But everyone kind of gets, hate to say we're weaker in LA, but they kind of get a little more like, I don't know, this is kind of gnarly. It's like, no, this was in Washington, there. Like we'd be skating this, like, come on, like it's kind of funny just to keep everybody in that mentality. But yeah, I think it helps you, I don't know, definitely growing up here skating makes you gnarlier in a way because you can deal with the gnarlier spots.
Totally.
I think also in the Northwest, you're planning your whole skate week around a weather app that is often inaccurate.
Right.
And whereas in California, you can essentially skate every day you're not working.
Totally. All right, Adam, you've been a little quiet. How's the talent pool in the Northwest?
I think it's great. Some of my favorite skaters are from out of here. Like somebody like Nick Peterson is a pretty unique and like powerhouse to the style of skating that he has. And I think a lot of people, grow up skating here and have to battle all those elements, and it ends up creating a unique style and something that people really can relate to that's from here. And like growing up here, I think for me, that's like something that I look to like get motivated and see somebody like him skate, or see somebody like Aaron like take his mentality to, a different state or like a different like situation and provide that like Northwest mentality to like a different place, and that's like really cool to me.
Right. What is that Northwest mentality, do you think?
I think it's different for everybody. I think that, like John said, it's, you only have so many months to skate between the rainy season and the dry season, and that's like, that motivation can take you anywhere. It can take you, go ahead.
To quote Tacoma legend Dane Barker, it's like squeezing water out of a rock.
Yeah.
To skate the spots up here.
I mean, you could almost do that here. It's so wet. All right, let's move on to my favorite section, money. My favorite topic.
Triggered.
Yeah. All right. For anybody, is filming your main source of income? Anybody on the panel? No.
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 I have a job.
All right. Yeah. Everybody's working a side gig. Who here does video work for their side gig?
A little bit.
That is my job.
A little bit, yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So being a filmer, it's a tough job. Often thankless, both monetarily and handshake-wise. I don't know. Plenty of product comes our way, though, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Here and there.
Adam needs more boxes for those in the audience. Okay. What do you guys do? Or let's go down the line. Shane, what do you do for a living outside of filming?
I work as a handyman, and I had my own company, Skate Rats, going for a while. But, I mean, there's no money in that. And so I kind of like don't make so much Skate Rats gear anymore, but I deal do all my Skate Rats videos. But, yeah, I've been pretty much since like 2017 working full-time as a handyman.
All right. Ian?
I mean, I work at Jenkem. I worked almost close to full-time like all of last year. Now it's more part-time. I'm also a dog walker, and sometimes, I do DoorDash from time to time, kind of whatever you need to do. So.
Yeah. Piecing it together. John?
I'm an audiovisual technician for live events and a camera operator. I also shoot professional baseball. So that would be a side hustle, I guess, to my day job as well. But similar money involved there, unfortunately.
It seems like behind the camera is not a super lucrative place to be. Adam, what are you doing?
I work in like the service industry, like bartending, serving type of thing.
Great. All right. Do you guys feel like you've made it? Like, what makes you feel like you've made it as a filmer?
For me, definitely, I guess I got lucky. When I was 20, I got a job offer to work at the barracks. So dropped out of college and moved to LA and worked for the barracks kind of in the golden era. Like I was part of the original staff. So like that 2008 to like 2011 era. Like if you guys remember the red hubbas at the park. Yep. So definitely, since then, I remember I got the job offer, went down, interned for 2 weeks, and then came back to Washington. But yeah, it was insane. On the flight home, I was like, if the plane goes down, I'm good. Like,
right.
That was insane. Like, coming from Washington, just, like, never filming pro skaters, going down there, right off the plane, I had to go film, like, the Volcom United Nations, so just filming the whole Volcom team. I'm like, this is insane. Like, it was so crazy. But, honestly, that was insane for me. Like, that was such a blessing. And, yeah, I'll always be thankful for that opportunity.
Totally. Adam, do you feel like you've made it?
I feel like I make it every time someone I'm filming lands a trick that they want to do. And like making that dream come to like fruition is like pretty insane to be able to do like on a, semi-regular basis. And to me, that's what it's always been about. And that's like, I couldn't dream of anything more, like, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fun being a filmer. John, do you feel like you made it?
So I'm lucky I get to contribute footage to films made by my favorite skate filmmaker of all time, Pontus Alv. Also the only skateboard company that speaks to me in 2025 is Polar. So yeah, I would say I do feel like I made it. It's definitely extremely fulfilling to be able to contribute to those films.
For sure. Yeah, that feeling of having your footage in those videos is pretty amazing. All right, so let's get real. Money's tough. How do you protect yourself? Do you guys have contracts with the people that you film with?
No, but we should.
Definitely. All right. John, I feel like you working for Polar have a little bit more of a professional setup.
So a lucky thing with Polar is that Alv was pro for a couple of decades in the industry. He understands how it all works. He treats his riders really fairly with salaries and stuff, and the same thing goes for the filmers. He's also somebody who makes a lot of films. So it's a handshake deal, but he's very upfront with like, this is, basically he said, way back in the day, what do you want to make? And I borrowed a rate card from you and Bowman that I got from Joe Brook, and I was like, how's this? And he was like, totally, and hit me up if you need anything. And I think I'm lucky in that regard because he is probably one of the more professional company runners in the entire business. So that's great. I've had, earlier in my time shooting skating, I had less of a fun time with another small brand, but that brand is now in Urban Outfitters, so they might have won.
All right, you mentioned rate cards. This is my rate card from This Is Skateboarding $50 for a single trick, 75 for a 2-trick line, $100 for slow-mo, and $50 for miscellaneous footage. How does this stack up to what you guys are making today in 2025?
I think if we were all getting paid for slow-mo, we would all be rich.
Yeah, this is definitely, I mean, when I first moved to LA when I was 20, like this is kind of the same rate that was kind of going on in that era. But I guess things were different then, so it was like kind of made sense. And I mean, of course, inflation is just different from that era to this era and everything. So this kind of correlates. But nowadays, yeah, there's like, they don't even send you rate sheets. I feel like it's just all kind of handshake deals or kind of what you try to preach for yourself sort of thing. So the pricing is different. And then even, I mean, there's just no money. Like, I mean, if we're talking about money, like I just put out a Birdhouse part with Sean Hale, and Birdhouse paid me $3,000 for that video. And I filmed and edited it. We spent 4 years filming for it, broke my collarbone filming for it. Sean, I think, tore his meniscus filming it. And then if you break it all down, my girlfriend helped me with the math and everything. Like, I think we did the whole thing, like for 4 years filming for that, I was making around maybe $1 a day, going out 10 hours with Sean.
Right.
Even if we get a clip that day or not get a clip. And it's Birdhouse. I mean, like I know Birdhouse isn't what it is, what it used to be, but like still, I'm pretty sure Tony Hawk is the richest skateboarder in the world. Like,
Right, it's established. It's
yeah,
been
and
around.
like Sean's like probably one of your top pros that's on Birdhouse, and he's like putting out a full part. Like, is anyone else putting a full part on Birdhouse? Like, this is prime advertisement in this day and age with social media and video content is everything. And like, you guys can give me $3,000, all right? Like, I mean, granted, I love Sean, he's a good friend. I'll always do this, but still, it's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rich, but just give me a little bit of a livable wage or something. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'm asking for too much, or maybe this makes sense. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But
Asking Tony Hawk for health insurance is too much.
yeah, exactly. I mean, any pro skaters, I'm sure there's pro skaters in this room right now. It's insane that health insurance is even a thing. I mean, Chris, and I know you were doing like the pros, but like that's insane. Like that's not even a part of, you can't even pay these guys. I don't know. It's a wild times we live in.
It is wild times. Do you think it's possible to do a union? Do you think there could ever be like a filmers union?
We should.
What about, do you guys think it's possible?
I mean,
It'd be awesome. Yeah.
Do you think all the filmers could unite and not like hold all their footage until we get a contract? Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should. I mean, that's the tricky part about the skate world too, is like everyone's trying to be so cool, like cool guy, and definitely, and that's the thing, like too, like you're always afraid. I don't know if it's just skateboarding has a bit of an ego, but you know, you're always trying to be the coolest dude, the coolest fit, whatever. Like it's such a thing. So it's like, are you like I'm afraid, am I going to kook out if I try to like preach for myself and like, hey, can I get this wage or this money and everything? Or am I going to get blacklisted from this industry or from the company? Like that they, you know, it's like you're kind of always walking on eggshells, I feel like. I don't know if you guys relate to it, but like it's a kind of a whack thing. Maybe we should just all come together. We should all be talking about what we make and like, and not kind of like gatekeeping or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think there should definitely be more transparency with the rates, because I think this rate sheet that I'm looking at now, I don't think anything like this exists in the present day, because it varies a lot company to company. But I think if there was if we all had a better idea of what we were all getting paid, maybe it would be more transparent. I don't know.
Yeah,
Totally.
You guys should definitely be talking, like all the filmers.
Yep.
You know, filmers out there, you guys should be talking about what you're getting paid, who's paying what, all that stuff. Social game, our footage always ends up on social. Do you guys get paid for social stuff? Like, you know, you film that Sean Hale video, it gets parted out on social. Every one of his sponsors is taking a clip here and there.
No, not at
Social.
all. No. And that's a part of it. It's like part of the contract concept. Like we should all be getting, at least have your own contract, which again, you know, that's, I feel like getting blasted. Like if I actually make a legit contract, present it to the company before I even start on the video project, are they going to be bummed or like, no, we don't want to do that. We're not signing nothing. Because it comes with the social media games. Like, all right, put the video out. Everyone starts cutting parts from it. Like Sean runs at Independence, so now Independence reposting it. Whoever else is reposting it, like they're all just making more money in a way, like off the one clip I filmed or something. It's like, is that fair? Should that be in the contract? I mean, I know in other industries, other videography industries and photography industries, like, no, you lease your photos or whatever your videos out to other companies.
Right.
But like in the skateboard world, we definitely don't do that unless some people are. Maybe we should be talking more about putting together legit contracts and with social media, because it's everything nowadays, like that's definitely the main marketing source. So definitely should be, more talked about, I think.
Totally. How do you guys feel about seeing your videos parted out like that? Like Adam, you seen your videos chopped up and
It's like, it's bittersweet. Like, obviously I'm stoked for like the guy who's getting all that coverage and like people getting to know who, like, or like seeing those clips of it. Obviously it's like super cool, but at the same time, like he said, to echo Shane, it's like, we don't get paid for that. I know like other companies and in other industries, people pay like thousands of dollars for one social media post, and to be able to just like rip that off from like, yeah, that company might have paid this much for it, but then, you know, the truck company that he rides for didn't pay anything for it. You know, I didn't get any money from Indy for like that clip or whatever, or Spitfire, or, you know, so it's like, if the board brand buys the clips, then, or like buys the part, then you don't see any money like after that at all.
right. You guys try to play the social game yourselves, like, you know, when you're promoting those videos or just trying to get views?
Yeah, you got to play the game. Figure out, should I post at 9 in the morning? Should I post at 8 in the morning? Like, do I
Right.
post at night? Like, you got to figure out the whole game. Like, see who can get the most eyes on it, and then who. Yeah, it's social media is insane. Maybe it's the downfall of our world, but who knows?
Yeah. Ian, are you fucking with YouTube? Are you doing some YouTuber type shit?
In what way? Or
Like, I guess regular posting and talking to the camera.
oh,
Stuff like
I don't know. I don't talk into the camera really much. Or I think for the Jenkum stuff, it's hard because I've had to do more voiceover based things, which I'm not super into. But I like to just film tricks if possible and just skate with my friends. I don't know. I don't want to like. I actually got for a while my YouTube, I got demonetized where I couldn't even make money off YouTube. And a lot of the time when you're making your own skate videos and you're using songs from a bunch of different artists, they usually claim all the copyright. So it's not really something I like make money off in the first place. But yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about YouTube. So they, if you're using music like from Rolling Stones or whatever, like you're just not going to make any money, correct?
Yeah, you can't monetize unless
Yeah.
you somehow paid for the song or got the rights to it or something. Yeah.
Right. And if you were to monetize, like how much, like what's a view worth?
I haven't really dove into it, but I know it has changed. Like, I think there was a golden era where a lot of people were making tons of money off being like a skate vlogger or whatever, talking to the camera. But I think, of course, all companies that are worth billions, they figure that like, oh, let's cut that back. And so they like, you know, you're not making as much because they want more money. But
Right.
so I think there was a golden era for that. But I mean, you kind of, I guess, got to sell your soul if you want to be a vlogger or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. The future. What projects are you guys working on? Adam, what do you got in the camera right now?
This year I've kind of taken a step back from doing a lot of like stuff for other companies and things like that. I've really focused on like a personal project and just like the guys that I really like to go out and skate with. So towards the end of this year I'm going to be releasing something just personal, but that's about all I'm working on.
Great. John, what are you working on?
Always shooting with Dane and Aaron for Polar. There's a Polar video dropping at the end of the summer. Shoot with my friends Cody and Dane for, you know, just kind of more personal projects. I still really enjoy editing. I'm not a super strong editor, but I like making my own stuff too. So I always have something going on the side that's just like self-funded and self-driven so that I don't have to be like, you know, like, for lack of a better word, get the footage cannibalized, where it's like, here's 4 minutes of like really good stuff and the company might only use like 90 seconds of it, you know? And you're
Right.
like, oh, I would have loved that to come out together in one part. So like, for like, you know, Dane or Cody or whatever, we're working on something, it's like, well, I get to choose exactly where this goes, and like we collaborate on what kind of song gets used. So yeah, I don't, as long as I'm a filmer, I don't think I'll ever stop doing stuff like personal projects in addition to the company stuff. But like, you know, the pro skaters exist, they need to get shot. So it's obviously like, you know, that stuff's gonna always kind of be in the way of that. But yeah.
Yeah, you've had some stuff come out on Thrasher. What's that process look like? You know, like
A lot of emails.
But do you talk to Thrasher beforehand? You're like, hey, me and Aaron are gonna work on a project, and we want it to be on Thrasher.
So I worked in the Thrasher warehouse for like 6 months when I lived in San Francisco. So I emailed Tony Vitello directly, usually with a link, and just kind of get his temperature on it. At least that's how it worked for Aaron's most recent part. The big holdup, and I will say, while we were past the social media part already, but if you're wondering why video XYZ or your favorite skater's video part is taking so long to come out, 99% of the time it's because they're waiting for the song rights to clear. And we got really lucky because we used a local Portland band called the Wipers, which is like a legendary punk band, and those guys were very cool to let us use a song for free, and also were relatively fast to get back to us about it. So, just it's not like everybody was waiting with bated breath because it's not like we were teasing the part on social media, but like I believe I sent them a first draft of that in August of 23, and it ended up coming out New Year's Day 24. So that's like a 4 or 5 month waiting process where we're basically just waiting for Greg Sage to say it's cool if you use Wait a Minute. That's fine if Thrasher uses it. Just give us credit and credit the record label. So,
and that was fast.
That was fast, and they were actually, I was told by someone who works, in the media department at Thrasher that they found it relatively I don't know what they're paying for songs typically, but they thought the whole thing was pretty smooth. Like it was not a rocky thing with those dudes. They were very quick to be like, yeah, let's figure this out, like send the contract over, we'll get it signed or whatever. And yeah, 4 months later, there it was.
Crazy. Ian, what's on the future for Genesis? New Genesis video?
Yeah, right now I'm working on a solo Thrasher part with my roommate Dylan. We've been working on it for over a year now. He's got a lot of good stuff in the vault.
Have you chosen the song yet? Is that in the works?
Yeah, so we have a song, and it's a local Seattle band. So yeah, hoping it will be not take too long to clear. But we haven't finished the first draft yet, so it might be a little bit of back and forth. And I'm hoping to do another full length with all my other homies, and we're kind of chipping away at it. I still feel like I haven't made like a full length that I'm like super content with yet, and maybe I never will, and maybe that's why I'll never stop making them.
Yeah, that's the motivation. That's what keeps you going. Shane, what's the future for Skate Rats?
I'm working on a 2-part video with Mitch Muser from Spokane and Johnny Matarazzo from Seattle. They both live in LA, and we've been filming for a bit, so just like a 2-part video, like Mitch will probably have first part and then a little montage, and then Johnny last part. It's probably like a little 10, 12-minute project, but we're hopefully wrapping that up into summer. We'll see. Both those guys are working full-time, of course, so it's like getting out once a day with those guys, so it definitely prolongs the video, but hopefully get that done, and that'll probably be the next little Skate Rats project I'm working on.
Nice. Do you find that working with people who are working full-time, are they more motivated than like a pro skater, like a full-time pro skater?
I'd say definitely motivated, but at the same time, it's shooting yourself in the foot because, like, Johnny is a manager at a restaurant, and he's working like 90 hours a week. And so then we get to go skate one day, and then, of course, muscle memory's off. He's exhausted from, like, standing and running around a restaurant for, like, 12 hours a day.
Right.
And then so it's, like, kind of, like, trying to get that muscle memory back, trying to get the clip, and then usually we don't get the clip because he's so burnt out. So it's, like, definitely he wants, like, mentally, I feel like you are incredibly motivated. You're like, yes, I have a day off. Let's go get a clip. But then your body's like telling you no. So it's like the ultimate battle.
Yeah, that's tough. All right. Man, we moved through this really fast. What else you guys want to talk about? You guys got any crazy stories? I'm sure you guys have crazy stories.
I could talk about the barracks all day.
I don't know if we want to talk barrack stories.
You guys want the truth? No.
John, what do you got? You grab the mic.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud here. A skater one time had to buy his own footage off me because the guy who ran the company wouldn't do it. So we ended up having to settle to some weird agreement on it. But yeah, that was a weird one. Really, really strange. Very successful brand, and the guy, they were like, your filmer is not getting paid. So that was really an odd thing, but luckily, had to work through it and get it done.
Did you hold on to the footage?
I didn't really, but the skater basically was like, you deserve to get paid. So like, if you're going to give up these clips out of a video we were already working on, like I'm going to pay you for them. So it was
amazing. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, good guy.
Ian, wild times on Jenkum trips?
I'm trying to think. They sent me to China recently, which was pretty crazy. I was filming a contest mostly, so not super, I don't know, maybe not the most interesting, but it's definitely been a wild ride, yeah.
Travel's a cool benefit of being a filmer. You don't have to be the greatest skater, but you get to go where the skaters go. Wow, where have you guys gone? I know, Adam, you're going to Minneapolis this summer, right?
Yeah, I mean, skating's taken me kind of all over the place. Minneapolis is, I think, in a couple of weeks, but then I've also been on like some couple month-long trips with like the Tumieto crew and like all those dudes in the van, and I went to like Europe with my homie Clay randomly, just for fun one time. But yeah, skating will take you all over the place. But I think that's like just part of the perks of just being down to like go wherever and like kind of like put your time and your money on the line to like make those trips and those times happen, you know?
For sure. Jon, you're kind of like the local man in Portland. Do you get to go travel?
I have traveled a little bit for skating. I was almost able to go to Copenhagen with Aaron last month, but ended up work gigs got in the way. Most of my skate travel is self-funded, just like with my friends. So, but yeah, I mean, if you can get it from a company, get a budget and go on a little trip with your your friends. It's the best way to do it.
For sure. Shane? Any cool travel stories?
Nothing overseas really, mostly just, the West Coast, pretty much LA up to Seattle and the Northwest, just tons of traveling, skating in that areas, and I'm trying to think of any crazy stories. Barrack's story.
All right, we're getting into it.
Yeah. No, this is a funny one. But Barrett was always friends with so many Hollywood people, and then and always had investors coming in. And then the lady who does Bart Simpson's voice invested in the Barracks and took us all out for lunch one day. And she did the voice for us. It was insane. And she does tons of voices on The Simpsons, but that was quite the crazy day. I think we went to Roscoe's too. But yeah, that was insane.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a very tame Barra story.
Yeah.
All right.
Spill too much tea.
I think we've probably done it. Are there any questions in the audience?
Testing. All right, we have questions.
What's up, y'all? Best thing you've eaten on the road, worst thing you've eaten on the road while
I got a
filming
good answer
for
to
a
this.
project.
When I was on my one ever skate trip, it was at Doomsayers Club in 2017, and Omar Salazar took me out to sushi in Oakland, and it was my first time ever eating sushi, but he got drunk and let me and Dane Barker grill him about Mindfield and Dylan Reeder for like 2 hours, and it was awesome. And now I eat sushi all the time, so.
I think when I was in Puerto Rico for this Jenkem Cons thing, they had like just the street empanadas are amazing. And then when I was in China, I went to this, it's basically a gas station, and they had the equivalent of a pepperoni stick, but it was fish. It was like a lobster, and it might have been fake. I don't know if it was real meat, but that was probably the worst thing I've had.
All right. Watch out for the street meat in China. All right, any more questions?
We have a question here in the back.
It seems like filmers kind of get the short end of the stick. Who holds the responsibility for getting you guys paid? Is it the brands? Is it the skateboarders? Like, how is it possible for anyone to potentially make a living as a filmer?
It's definitely not. But yeah, that was a good question. It's definitely on the filmer to like try to get paid. And hopefully the pro skater you're working with also has your back and is trying to preach to the company to get you paid as well. Like, I think, just having, the pro skater also being on your side. But yeah, it's mostly just all on you because everything's like 1099. Even being a pro skater is like 1099. Like, you're not even an actual employee of the company, but yet you're making this company millions of dollars. I mean, I just think the skate industry needs to change big time.
Yeah, I think I've definitely gotten screwed a couple times and haven't gotten paid. And I think now I have a better idea of I hate to say it, but I think sometimes it's cool if people promise you money to film clips and skate, or film clips for people skating, but I think now I'm at a point where like I don't even want to film for a company if it's someone I wouldn't film for free. Or if I wouldn't, I don't know, if I would feel good about just letting them use it if I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a good way to protect yourself. All right, I saw some questions over here.
Over in C. Aaron, you had a question?
It was more just touching on Jon's point about the money aspect of things. So Jon and I worked on a project together. I'm not going to specify who, what, or whatever, but in the end it was, well, how is Jon expecting to get compensated? And I was like,
The first
okay.
email back was, who is trying to get paid from this?
Yeah, like, how is he trying to get paid? And I was just like, okay, I can tell that this is going to be not a good conversation. And I was like, well, I'll get incentive and royalties, yada, yada, yada. Don't worry about it. I'll pay him. And then they're like, perfect. And then it ended up happening. But it's like a brand that has millions of dollars that should be able to fork over a couple hundred or 1,000, but they were like, well, who's paying for it? And it's like, I'll do it. So it was kind of like, at times you have to kind of almost like bite the bullet in some instances to like get projects put out, which sucks. But yeah, not really a question, just adding to what Jon was saying.
Yep, there was a lot of emails.
Any more questions? We have a few more time. Yeah, you guys over here? Oh, here, actually, here, right at the front.
How do you guys all deal with injuries and broken or stolen gear?
Renter's insurance.
Bring your camera bag in everywhere you go. I'll definitely be the guy knocking things over in 7-Eleven with my whole HPX on my back. I think every filmer's had their car broken into once. Seen enough GoFundMe's. It happened to me once. Never gonna let it happen again. So yeah, renter's insurance is a good idea too, though.
Yeah, do you guys all insure your gear?
Yeah, renter's insurance. And yeah, I've definitely had my stuff stolen. So luckily, renter's insurance did give me a little bit of money, and then GoFundMe from all the homies helped get it all back pretty much. But yeah, once it happens once, you're like, yep, definitely not happen again.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like literally my bag got stolen in Vancouver, BC, see the glass going down the sidewalk, like, where is it? But also like, why do you want a VX 1000? Like, you don't want this. Like, you're not going to get any money for this. Just give it back to me. Like,
It's
you have
only
no idea
valuable
what
to
this thing
skaters.
is. It's not worth anything to you. Please just give it back to me. Yeah, another skater saw the bag. Yeah, definitely. Like, oh my God, I want that VX.
All right. I see
We still have some
questions over
time for
there.
questions over here.
Shane, what did you do about your collarbone?
What?
What did you do about your collarbone? Is that just all on you?
Yeah, I mean, technically, most of my work is, it's all 1099. Like, I'm not employed by anyone, so technically you don't, I mean, health insurance barely covers you, but then also since mostly 1099, you aren't paying into any like disability or whatever, so you're just screwed. You're literally screwed. When I broke my collarbone, I've broken my right collarbone 3 times now, and I've torn 3 of my AC ligaments in my left shoulder. I probably should start letting go of the VX every time we slam, but natural instinct, you just want to save the camera. But yeah, the last time I broke this, I'm still, to be honest with you guys, I'm still like financially trying to recover from it. Like, put out me work for a couple months, like burn through your savings. No government disability will help you out because you're all 1099. You're not paying into it or anything like that, unless you have money to pay into it separately. There's like a different way to do it. But yeah, you're kind of screwed. I mean, you're just out there risking your body. And the way I kind of view it is that if you're kind of not filming in a sketchy way, you're probably not getting the best angle. And I'm always trying to like improve my filming. I mean, I grew up watching, Jason Hernandez, like Ty Evans, like all these guys. And like, I think the way Jason Hernandez films is insane. Like, I think he's one of the best filmers, but like watching that and being, idolize that, I want to try to film like that too. But I know to film like that, you got to get sketchy. You got to be rolling in front of the skater, like blindsided, like try to have the best clips. I feel like this day and age, like filming isn't what it used to be. And I'm still trying to film like that. It's hard on the body. Like my left knee has no more cartilage in it because of, filming fisheye, like I'm regular. So just always my left knee is so weak now from that too, like destroyed my body from filming. But I mean, I'm complaining about it, but I love it and I'll always keep doing it. But yeah, sometimes you would like to be, I guess, compensated or just like at least have the companies know like how much you're sacrificing your body to get footage of their pro skater that they're going to use for marketing that's going to make them millions of dollars, because we live in the state of social media where video content is everything. We're all glued to our phones. We grew up we skate to grow up watching our favorite pro skater skate. So it's just like filmers, we're all getting the short end of the stick, like, but yet video is everything in this day and age. So it's just like, I don't know, give us a little bit of money. Like, we're not trying to be millionaires, but at least keep the bills paid.
I'm trying to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
John wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah. All right, Jon wants to be a millionaire. Got any more questions out here?
Yeah, I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. As video formats have changed from like a time when they were on DVD and VHS and full lengths with the whole team, to like tour edits, to like short, like single person parts and just like short 12-minute team videos or whatever. What do you guys see as like the best format for putting a video out this day and age? And what do you guys like to work on? Like, is it personal parts, like single person parts, or do you still want to do team stuff or tour edits, or yeah?
It's a great question.
It's 2 questions, but yeah.
I mean, I think I would like to do a mix of everything. I think personally, my favorite thing is doing a long full length where every skater has their own song and there's a name card, and maybe it's something that doesn't really, it's slowly dying out a little bit because it takes so long to produce. But I think along the way, like that could be a video that could take 2 years to make, and you could do a tour video, you could do a short edit, and while working towards that bigger project. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. And definitely, I mean, we all grew up watching full-length videos and what skate videos used to be. And then, once again, social media is just killing our attention span. And so now everyone's like, yeah, I put out a full part. And you're like, wait, your part was like a minute and 45 seconds? That's not a full part.
Right.
Or I put out a full-length video. Wait, that video is 10 minutes long. That's not a full-length video.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of a bummer. Once again, social media is just destroying our minds. Like everyone's attention span's so shot, and like no one can concentrate. But like there's a beauty in like saving that footage for 2 to 4 years and putting out a project you like worked so hard on, and like it's like a work of art. But everyone's just like trying to pump content out, especially companies, because that's the day and age we're living in. Everyone's just trying to make as much money as possible. Just keep the footage coming out, keep it going. But yet it's not even good. Like the video's not even edited well. It's just getting thrown out there. Like, granted, that's not everything, but I do feel like we see that a lot. I mean, unless anyone thinks otherwise, but I feel like that's kind of becoming a norm nowadays, and I don't think it's the best thing.
Yeah.
I think there's also one thing that's special about spending multiple years on a video where it's almost kind of like baking in an oven, and when you're editing it for that long, and you can kind of tweak it, and whereas if you're on a shorter timeline, it just, you don't have the time to like rewatch it as many times and fix the little details. So I think that's also something special about making the longer ones.
Totally.
Yeah.
While I don't think I would ever make another full-length video, I really do enjoy the process of creating one. So it's like fun to be here in Portland shooting with like Aaron and Dane Brady for a Polar video, and knowing that there's dudes like in England or Copenhagen or, you know, Malmo, Sweden or whatever, and they're all stacking footage as well. And then to like see the finished product at the premiere and like your little slice of it along with the hard work that everybody else has put in, when you don't necessarily know like what that amounted to, and like you finally get to see it all in one place, and it's like, oh, Ostrowski went off, Jamie Platt went off, all these dudes ended up with like amazing footage, and then like, you know, me and Aaron or me and Dane had a bunch of good footage in the video too. It's like that's so gratifying at the end of the day to be like, oh, I contributed good stuff to this video that everybody took really seriously. I've made a few full lengths. They're really, really fun, but it's a lot of work. So I mean, I appreciate the fact that there are some companies and filmers and editors still willing to do it. And you know, it kind of takes a village, but I think it always is like going to be the king format to me. Like I love when like Hockey 4 drops and it's like, oh, I'm going to watch this video probably at least, you know, more than once. Some dude's
Three times.
Some dude's part on Thrasher, I'm probably going to watch it once and forget. And if it's not anybody I know, I probably won't watch it once. So it sucks. But that's kind of just the way it is. There's so much content. So anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. Adam, what's your ideal format?
I mean, I agree with all of them. I think that the full-length format is a lot more impactful than like a 2-minute video that comes and goes on the Thrasher like website. It comes and next week nobody knows and nobody really remembers it. And I think that, you know, working on a full length, maybe it may be something that takes a lot more time and a lot more effort, but I think it ends up showing the skater's progression. It shows the filmer's progression. It like gives you an opportunity to really work out kinks and like try tricks and go back for stuff and really like put something out that like everybody's happy with. But I think that the way that social media and just the world is now, that you have to work on things so fast and everything's coming out like 5 days a week, and Saturday, Sunday are the only times that you get like a break from like skate content, but then you're still getting people posting on Instagram, all that. But I think a hybrid is something that I would prefer, like something that's a little longer, takes a little longer to do, but maybe not necessarily the block. Everybody has their own like section type of thing. I think that like a hybrid version of that is kind of something that I have dabbled in the past, and I enjoyed it, and it's probably what I'm going to do for this next one, for me at least.
Great. Can't wait to see it. Any more questions? Got one more over there.
No, I got a question, actually two. The first one is, we've seen in the skate industry, money's strapped everywhere, right? So it's kind of like a pyramid. People at the top making money, and then people at the bottom who are working the hardest usually don't, right? Seeing skate photographers make the transition from shooting photography and skate to commercial work, like Atiba, etc., has any of you had the opportunity to get into commercial work with your skill sets, knowing that you've done full-length projects, edits, things like that? And then the second question is, how do you manage expectations with the skaters that you're working with when it comes down to the creativity so that you feel fulfilled, but also that you're honoring the work of those skaters?
I personally haven't done any really big time commercial work. I mean, I live in LA, close to Hollywood, and like definitely grew up loving movies. We did a little bit of community college in a film program because I love videography, cinematography, everything. But once you get into LA and you live there for so long, you're like, this is disgusting. Like Hollywood's so gross. Like I don't want to film or like even try to dabble in there. it's just not my cup of tea, even though like I do love film and movies and stuff like that, but I've never have had the calling to try to do it. I don't know. It's like, it's interesting, but skateboarding, of course, is so different for all of us. We love skating. And then working with the skater, I definitely always want the skater to be happy on the part. Like I want them to have the input on the song, figure out the song that fits them, that they're stoked on, that I'm stoked on, and then also edit it, have them watch it, make sure they like it. Like definitely, it's a collab. So I'm definitely not trying to just like, I feel like I have heard of filmers who just make their own thing and not the skater doesn't really get to watch it, have input. And yeah, that's pretty messed up. So always try to have the skater you're working with be stoked on the finished product for sure.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a lot of commercial work, but I would like to. And I think my dream commercial gig would be a company who wants something that looks shitty like a skate video, but at a high level. So that's kind of the dream for me, is to do something like that.
That is the dream.
And then as far as like, I think like working with the skater is really important to me. I like, whenever I do a full length, I like to have a bunch of like rough drafts that I show the skater, and we do unlisted YouTube links, and they're like, take this clip out. I don't like this song. Let's swap this. So I think that's a big part for me. Yeah.
You ever worry on those unlisted YouTube links that they're going to get out?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I have a burner YouTube that sometimes I upload old stuff to with old songs that got the axe. So I sometimes
keep an eye on that view count.
Yeah,
that, you know it's not getting out.
All right.
I like posting because I don't know. There's a old Troy part with the song we ended up not using, and I think it's still kind of sick, and that's somewhere floating on that YouTube. So
people go try and find that. All right. Any more questions?
Time for like one more question. If
Okay.
anybody over there. Okay, one sec.
Thanks to the audience for helping me out with questions.
Great engagement.
Hi. So I was wondering if the fact that we've been kind of relying on two cameras for the past 20 to 30 years, does that kind of fly in the face of what we love about skateboarding so much? Because we really like style and creativity and individuality. Do you find it difficult to kind of stand out if you can't really put a personal touch on the footage? And are there other ways to experiment to kind of see that, you know, your footage stands out a little bit more? Because a lot of times, you know, as a filmer myself, I really can't tell, you know, the difference between a lot of filmers.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to stand out. I mean, you really got to figure out your own vibe and creativity for the video you're putting out. And I mean, it's tough nowadays because I feel like Strobeck created the new format. Like, you know, everyone just kind of films long lens, just stands. No one really tries anymore. And that's definitely a new vibe. And that's definitely
better for your collarbone.
Yeah, better for your collarbone. But then also the video is just kind of boring and I don't remember anything. So you got to get risky with it. No, break your collarbone. No. But yeah, it's tough. You definitely got to figure out that creativity and try to figure out how to stand out. And yeah, we all shoot on the same cameras. And yeah, you just really got to try to figure something out to stand out-ish, but not go too crazy because otherwise people might think it's too wild. But find that happy medium and yeah, network like crazy. Try to hit up whoever, get the video out there, promote it. But yeah, definitely. I mean, networking's with every sort of industry, but
I think
that's usually key.
Sorry, my bad. I thought you were done. I think the sort of blandness of the landscape of filming in general creates lanes for guys like Matt King to do really insane stuff that is super enjoyable and like really refreshing to watch. And I think that's great.
With Polar, do they require you to use certain cameras? Because it is a big project and they want everything to match up.
I would say no because I believe McLeod uses a different camera from me.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I believe the answer to that is no. I'm not sure what he's running, but I think it's something else.
I also think that there's like different ways for you to stand out rather than just your filming. As far as like the way that you do it, I feel like you can shoot on a different frame rate, or you could shoot on like a different camera. I think that VX and the HPX is obviously the two dominant cameras, but there's plenty of other formats to use, and there's other things that you can do to stand out, like editing or song choice, or what you choose to use as like B-roll and or like supplemental footage. There's all sorts of things that you can do to add to your like project that makes you stand out as like basically a filmmaker. Like you can do different types of shots. You can like include things other than skateboarding, and I think that that's something that is less done these days. I think that a lot of times, like, they'll zoom in, they'll strobe back on the logo or whatever, and that's just kind of like the standard format, like you were saying, and it's just kind of like, other than doing that, you can stand out in so many different ways. You can make your colors different, you can make everything a lot darker, you can make things like super warm, like, there's a million different ways to do it, and I think that whatever speaks to you, and maybe even where you're at, like maybe we live in the Northwest, so you make everything like cold and like a lot more blue, or like a lot more, if you lived in Arizona, like make it a lot more warm and sunny, and like overexpose everything or something. There's a million different ways you can do it, but I think it's up to you, and maybe hopefully talk to the skater too, because you don't want to mess their footage up.
Yeah. I think everyone else who's at this table, they grew up filming with a VX1000 and a Death Lens, I would assume.
The old Mark 1.
And you guys are all amazing at filming fisheye. And I didn't grow up with that, so I think my fisheye skills are a little different. And
you got the short end, so you got to go right to the extreme.
Yeah, and it's heavy and it's noticeable.
Arthritis in your collarbone.
Yeah,
everything.
And
it's a 20-pound camera setup.
Yeah, so I think on accident, my fisheye clips are, maybe you can tell them apart, which it sucks, but it's kind of cool because you can be, yeah. And then also I think I've definitely been working with a more saturated color palette in camera, which has created some problems when I try to send clips to someone like a Cons, and they want it more, I don't know how you call it, just like
neutral.
Yeah. So but I don't know, just kind of learning how to do that and still have my look, but also be able to switch to more of like a log look to do more professional work as well. But yeah.
There we have it. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank you, everybody.